Hello, everyone. And I also go live in my Facebook group. So I've got two platforms going, and I want to welcome you here. It is a beautiful day. I woke up today and I'm just feeling this like fresh, beautiful, bright energy. And this is what this day is about in the pagan traditions, in so many other traditions as well. Like even in Mexico, it's been celebrated. Um, Yeah, so many people are celebrating. So what today's day is, Imbolc. It's really the turning of the wheels. And again, as we learn how to live more in the cyclical calendar, the feminine ways, to be closer to nature, to listen to her, we understand that we're not linear. You know, we're functioning with these linear calendars that are Gregorian calendars, but we're really truly cyclical beings. Just want to make sure this is all working, all this technology stuff. Okay, we're recording. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Okay, say hello if you're popping up here live. I want to read all your comments, and I want this to be as inclusive and for you guys to participate as well. So again, I want to go live and talk a little bit about this day and go into a meditation and a ceremony, and if you can join me probably in my Facebook group, that would be best because we do a lot of cool stuff in there that's a little more private. Um, so today's day on this Celtic calendar, pagan calendar, Ibalc. It's sub-cardinal points, right? So there are cardinal points like the solstices, winter solstice, summer solstice, equinoxes, depending on the north and south hemisphere, of course. But then there are these sub-cardinal points or sub quarterly points in between. So that's what also marks the turning of the wheel. And right now, today, we're actually coming out of the dark nights of winter. So we're turning this corner. Like we made it through, y'all. Like I don't know how about you, but I've had a really, really whew, interesting winter and year. So I'm really glad to be like marinating and nurturing my body, my heart, my mind with all the magical, whimsical things that are out there. And I'm also really happy to celebrate the turning of the corner and the return of the light. So it is also, we're calling on the goddess Bridget, right? The one who brings the light. She's this like red head, fiery goddess that really celebrates the goddess of light, creativity, crafts. So this is a wonderful time to reconnect with, creative side. And again, maybe sometimes we don't think about ourselves as creatives or artists, but I bet you there's an artist in everyone deep inside. And it's how we talk. For some of you, you might be writing really well, whatever you're presenting. So it's not just crafts that we make, but you can bake in a crafty way. You can create. Your life is a sacred creation. So again, these times of ceremonies, these times of ritual, these times of a gathering with community and dancing around, like lighting up these sacred fires, they're here to remind us to connect with that, like, prayer with something sacred. And they're really powerful. Again, they've been celebrated for thousands of years. Yeah, yeah, thousands of years. So they're also lined with the stars, and if we can realign with nature as much as possible, we're creating more flow, more ease in our bodies. So again, this is not quite the spring yet. Spring comes out at spring equinox. This is that time where you have the energy, you want to feel fresh, you want to like peel those layers off and go out and wander in the world, network, create something, right? Like we're yearning for connection and community and stuff. But right now, this is the time. Think about it like the metaphor of the garden, right? We're planting seeds, and this is still like we're still deep in the dark, but we're planting something sacred. So maybe it's just a whisper, an intention, a word that will point you in that direction. So this is not quite the time to like go out and get it all done because we're just like the light is just returning. So we're gonna have 6 months all the way up into the summer solstice to like build up on this. momentum and stay with your prayer. And what I always say is, planting seeds is one thing. I work a lot with visions, with intentions, sacred businesses, right? Like people who are reinventing themselves, want to create something new, whether it's a new relationship or a sacred business idea. But where we don't always pay attention to is the quality of your soil, right? The environment that you were planting in. Is it fertile? Is it conducive? Or are there some weeds or, pesticides and stuff that doesn't belong there that you might not want there? So this is the time for us also to, yes, plant those seeds. So in a few minutes, we'll go into a little meditation that I'll guide where you can really reconnect with a deep heart centered desire, yearning, prayer that is in your heart. And that's where it all starts, right? Before we go out there and we try to rationalize it and, get stuff done, roadmap it into the world, create accountability and all that stuff. Before all that, and we just sit in that like sacred desire, sacred time of initiation, of like blowing life into your prayer, literally. And it's very, very important. And the second piece is then nurturing that. So it's not that we do it only once, like on a day like today, or maybe you say, hey, you do it on a different day, but remembering how to nurture that, right? Like Valentine's is coming up too. And very often it's like some people are really transitioning from that mindset that it's not a one and done. It's not the only day where you can get all fancy and romantic and throw rose petals around the house and indulge in some like sensual experiences. But can we also make that as a lifestyle? Remembering to nurture that intention throughout the year. So remembering that this is the time where we're planting seeds and remembering how can we nurture the soil? What are some of those ingredients? Maybe you need to like clean out the garden, reshuffle in there, right? Redo some, inventory. This is a great time, and we're still deep, deep, deep in the winterlands, especially here in the northern hemisphere. um, this is a great time for us again when we come to these cardinals, the cardinal points on the pagan wheel. It's great for us to like reconnect with nature, really go out there. I got out to ski this afternoon. It was so beautiful. We got about a foot of fresh powder there. And it's just so nice to see how, like, what is the nature doing? As I walk here in the woods, I can see it already. Like some trees are still like sprouting something and it's growing. The waters are moving. What life is around there, the birds, animals that live around you or in the woods somewhere. But like, what is life doing herself in there? So again, beautiful day, beautiful, beautiful sunny day to reconnect. And we're still not out. So remembering that these transitions are not black and white. It's not like we turn, the page and tomorrow everything's going to be fresh and new and shiny. Like we are still in the shading period of time. So knowing that as we're calling in the new, we're saying yes, we're reconnecting with that prayer, with intention, with commitment. The old habits or the old something might still be lingering, right? Or still might be feeling the weight of last year energetically. To me, it's always like the year never starts on January 1st, really. It's really around this time of like Imbolc, Chinese New Year also. So we're in the sweet period of time now for the next about 10 days. I think it's on the 9th that we're going to have the lunar Imbolc, and we're going to have the Chinese New Year. So that's when the energy shifts. So really like feeling into the transitional times too, as much as we reconnect with the new and we call on the new, the old might still be lingering. So how are we dealing with that? Are we compassionate? Bringing that self-love, empathy, reinforcing new habits, new ways of doing things, and especially dealing with ourselves with love, compassion, and bringing on more of what we desire. All right, loves. I'm going to stay on the Facebook page and I want to bring us into a little private ceremony here. So if you're on Instagram, hop on my um, Facebook group, The Embodied Feminine. And we're going to continue with a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. And bring a candle with you, bring something to write on. And I'll see you on the inside. Thank you for listening. Oh, no. Mm. Okay, if you were not able to hear me at all, I apologize. Hop on um, the Facebook page and hopefully you can catch the replay here. Sorry, loves. Bye. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. All right. So, my loves, we're here. Let's take a few deep breaths. Again, take a moment to grab that candle, or if you don't have a candle, don't worry. The light from my altar will be extending to yours. And it's beautiful to have our prayers unite during these times. So, taking a few breaths and really bringing the attention onto your body, sensations, and then feeling into what do you want to dedicate some of your intention or attention to? What is your sacred prayer, desire? And again, like I said, maybe there are still parts of us that are healing or shedding or processing that old year that are lingering. So bringing some attention, some love, some healing to that place, and just see what is your dedication? What do you want to place on the altar today? And my candle is already lit here. As we light up the candle, let us call on the four elements that always coexist together and create all of life: the fire, the water, the earth, and the air. And all these elements live within you, so feeling them in your own body. The blood that rushes through you, the tears, the sweat, mm, your brilliant mind represents the wind and thoughts, the flesh of your body and bones that also carry wisdom, and your sacred heart, and the fire that's burning in your heart that nurtures your courage, your passion, your dedication, gives us force, power to navigate it all, to create something new. And as you feel these elements moving and living in you, feel them also supporting you all around you, like hugging you like a warm blanket. They're here. Let the waters move, let the emotions come and go, let the body heal. Breathe in vitality, strength. And may this be a sacred time for us to ignite that purpose, the courage, the fire of the heart. And I'd like you to choose one thing that you want to place on your sacred altar today. You can write it down, place it under your candle, and always phrase it in the positive. I want to create, want to have more health, vitality, versus I don't want XYZ. And make sure that you're really like owning it, that it belongs to you. It's not like someone else out there. Mm. And as you feel into your prayer, into your intent, Let's call on the goddess of Bridget's fiery red hair, bringing in her torch, connecting our fire with hers, and allowing her to assist us in burning away whatever we're shedding and moving through, the old layers. Maybe exhaling with a sigh or a little shake, a little movement in your body. Breathing in the strength, feeling that heat of her fire. Maybe opening up your chest, your shoulders a little bit. Feeling your body being strong and anchored like an oak tree. Maybe visualizing yourself on that wheel of time on the cyclical calendar as the times are shifting, the winds are moving forward, the time is quickening here. So, what are you saying yes to? What are those seeds that you're planting into the soil with intention? And then, how can you be the best possible steward, the gardener of your dreams, of your life? So, nurturing that soil, nurturing the seeds, checking on them, offering the water, the sunlight, the wind, prayer. And can you invite more of that feminine receptivity, like almost like falling back somewhere like really comfy and trusting that life's got you, that your prayers are being heard, and that as much as we're moving forward with our bodies, our minds, our lives, remembering that we can also be in that receptive feminine energy, remembering that all life is supporting you. There's so many forces of nature, seen and unseen, that are working overtime to support you and your evolution. We're in a very pivotal time on planet Earth. Our ancestors, our archangels, so many divine beings are whispering in our backs and our ears with so many prayers, so much support. So trusting that it's been heard, it's been answered. And take a few breaths to really ground it into the earth, like planting your roots deep into the soil, like you've got this. I trust. Relaxing in your body, deep trust, deep knowing. And take your time to come back into the room so we can integrate this and bring this out into the world. Hmm. So I want to share with you a couple of practical little things that you can do today to honor this day of Imbolc, return of the light, Goddess Bridget. And one of the things that we're invited to do in these times is build a little altar, a sacred space in nature. So whether it's evergreen, a candle in there, or some flowers, things from nature, rocks, shells that you got, build a little something, a little circular or whatever square altar that you can blow life into and also honor this day, honor the light, the return of the light, because it's the extension of your heart. the intention is planted in here, and you're also seeing it on the outside in front of you. And comment here, what are your intentions? What are your calling in for the season to come? Ah, thank you, beautiful ones, for tuning in with me. I've got a few little announcements that if you want to take this work a little deeper, especially if you are in a place that you want to reconnect with your creativity, with inspiration, and for me personally, it's like the way I've been doing some things last year, it hasn't been working. So I'm calling in more creative ways of seeing it. So we're starting a book club on February 10th. And it's the book club. We're going to be reading The Artist Way. So if you want some more info on that, you want to join the ride. It's a 12-week journey. We're going to be meeting in a group together, and you're going to be doing some individual work as well. But the book is really designed to like spark that light of creativity, of seeing things in a different way, expressing yourself in a different way, seeing with eyes of inspiration and that creative eye. So if you want some info, just comment book club, and I will send you the info. And we have a gathering here in person in Reno, Nevada on Friday. And also Friday, tomorrow. Stay on the lookout for our incredible, incredible gathering, Sovereign, that we created last year. We started an amazing movement, and it is about bringing the sisters together, the community together, and it's a 4-day journey. So stay on the lookout. We're going to announce something awesome tomorrow, probably on all our social and pages, especially if you're on the mailing list. You're going to get that info. But it's a great time to today also to remember the power of community. Remember that you're not alone on your journey, that there's support out there. There are other people who are moving through similar things, even when things get hard sometimes, like, you know those people in your life who can support you and who've been through it. So just knowing that you're not alone. Who are your people? Find your tribe, find your community. It's very, very important. All right. Let's tune in. Is that all? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That spark of the heart and that fire is very important for us. And it's going to be so important in this year as we're making the leap of faith, as we're literally like leaping into a new frequency, a new dimension, and building this new earth together. The old is crumbling. So the old is very comfortable. Our mind is comfortable with the structures in the old. And as it crumbles, that quantum leap is not always going to be justifiable or quantifiable. So we really need to leap with the heart forward. So if you can feel it and you know it to be true, just take some risks. Say yes. Feel it in your heart first, and the mind will follow later, right? Like it's always impossible until it's done. So that's a reminder to really tune into that courage, that spark of light, and may the light be with you. Mwah. Bye, everyone.